Alright guys, what is up? I have tried to fucking shoot this video many times. I'm tired, but I'm happy. My cup is full, but my energy reserves are low, if not empty. So this week's been a massive week. Welcome to the streets of Townsville, the mean streets of Townsville. It's 7:30 PM on a Friday, and I'm here to discuss a few things. I'm here to bounce a few things off the camera, and I'm here, basically to clear my head and get a few steps in. I've gone out for late night walks quite a few times over the last couple of weeks for multiple reasons. First of which is just to burn a few calories, add a few steps to the count. Second of which is to clear my head, listen to a bit of music or a podcast, and thirdly, it is to I had 3 reasons. I've only got 2 now. Fill in some time when it's early in the evening and I want to go to bed at like 10, but I've got a couple of hours to fill, and whilst my kids weren't here, I did have that spare time, and I filled it with some exercise, which is never a bad thing. So the other reason also is because my ankle has been injured for the last 3 weeks, so I haven't been able to run. So that's made me feel really, really guilty, and so I'm at least getting my steps in through walking. All right, now that that's over, the formalities are done. I'm out here tonight to clear my head because this week has been massive. The last time I made a video was Tuesday, and that video was titled it's a huge day, or it's a big day, or it's a massive day, and I'm excited, and I'm nervous, or whatever it was titled. It was a huge day because my kids were going to get back, and I was going to see them for the first time in 5.5 months, which is way too long, but it's just the way that it worked out. Obviously, I was intending on seeing them at the start of April when I arrived in Townsville, but they took off, which is what it is. That is fine by me, and like you guys know, it gave me an opportunity to settle into Townsville, have a place to stay, an amazing place to stay. I really enjoyed it. I was a proud homeowner for those 2 months, but that period of time, that period of my life is over now, and I've got to move out. That was always going to be the agreement. She was meant to get back at in about 2 more weeks' time, so she pulled it forward, and I welcomed that. I wanted them to get back sooner, but what that meant is that if I wanted to keep to our agreement, I would have to find a place to move out into quicker than I'd initially thought, and I did. I put my mind to it, and when you put your mind to something, you never know what you can achieve. And within a day, I'd found a suitable flat, and I went round and viewed it, and met the guy, met the other flatmate. Kind of sussed out who they are, what they do, and whether it would be a good fit. And we agreed pretty much on the spot, and I said, look, I'll get back to you within 24 hours, and I did, and I've accepted it. So today, being Friday, is the day that I've started moving in. Miffy and the girls have gone over to her mum's place. They're going to stay there tonight, and so I've got another night at the house if I need it, and I think I will take it. But the last thing I want to do is be rushed, so I've taken the majority of my clothes over, I've put them away. I've had a look at my room. No one was home. That's what he said. He said the majority of the time, no one's here. They both go away for work. They both leave very early in the morning for work. And I thought, you know what? That suits me. It really does. We're not going to be, treading on each other's toes too often. And I'm just going to go with it. I'm apprehensive to live with other people that I don't know, but it's saving me at least $200, if not $250 a week in rent. So I'm paying $250 for the room, bills included, and I was looking for an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, and I was gonna be paying $450 a week, if not a little bit more. And to be fair, if I had that cost, plus, my weekly expenses, whatever they may be, food, fuel, insurance, all that shit, plus all of the running costs for the house that I've bought for the kids and Miffy to live in, my share of the costs, I'd be losing money each week. There's no way I'd be able to save anything. So I kind of realized that my only feasible option on the income I'm on is to move into a flat. And so I've chosen one. I'm happy with it. I'm a lot happier with it than I'd expected I would be. I thought I'd have to compromise, and to be honest, this is a really nice house. It's in a nice area, a new area, so I'm going to have a new community to explore, which is good. And the older guys, mature, keep to themselves, work a lot, and enjoy going out on the weekends. So that is that. The only consideration that kind of made me think, am I doing the right thing? The only thing was the fact that he opened the fridge, he showed me the little shelf that I'd be using, which is fine, but there was a hell of a lot of alcohol in there. And I might be wrong, but I think he'd had a few drinks before I got there. And so I thought, right, I'm going to be entering a situation, I'm going to be entering a house where there is alcohol. There's going to be alcohol in front of me, there's going to be alcohol in the house, but it's not my alcohol. And one of my triggers that I had to remove for me to have any hope of staying sober was having alcohol in the house. So that's something that, near on 60 days into this, I'm going to be tested with, but I'm going to give it a go. It is what it is. So, number 1, my kids are back, which is awesome. Number 2, I'm moving out, which is cool. It is what it is. It's part of the plan. It always has been. And number 3, which I will make a video about once I get some more information on, I had a job interview for another job. And I applied for 3 jobs. 2 of them I haven't heard back yet about, but I would probably prefer one of those jobs because they pay more. But the one that I have heard back about, I went in for an interview, and I won't tell you exactly what it is first because it doesn't pay the best, but it's a job that I've sort of seen and I've thought, I'd like to give that a go. I'd like to give it a go. I feel like the days would go fast. I feel like, I wouldn't be stuck in an office, put it that way. And to be honest, at the moment, that's all I'm looking for, is to not be stuck in a fucking office, because I am done with it. I'm done with it. There's two things. There's 2 things that could improve the office situation I'm in right now. And I'm not complaining. I'm super grateful to have a job, but if I can get a better one, I will. But there's 2 things that they could change. Number 1, standing desks. Number 2, put me by a motherfucking window. But neither of those things are going to happen anytime soon. So, yep, I'm looking for another job. It is what it is. And I'm confident that I will have another job within a month. So that's exciting. So big changes, guys. Kids are back, new place, new job. You can't get too many more changes than that in life, or I'd lose my shit. So Tuesday night, had minimal sleep, stayed up. The girls got back at like 1. I stayed up till about 3. Got up at 7. Went to work. My eyes were hanging out of my fucking head. Wednesday, I did get to the gym after work. Did I? No, I didn't. No, I didn't go to the gym. I came home, just hung out with the girls. That was good. Thursday, got to the gym, quick session, got home, hung out with the kids. Went to the supermarket, got some food, made some meal prep for last night's dinner and tonight's lunch and tonight's dinner. Some chicken, some eggs, and some vegetables. So we're staying on track. Although today, the one benefit I will say is the canteen at work on a Friday. If they don't sell everything that they've made, they bring it up to the office and give it to us. So I was treated with a sweet chili, chicken, cheese and salad wrap, which was, I took a bite thinking, oh yeah, I'll have one bite, and I was like, no, fuck this, I'm gonna eat the whole thing, and I did. And then I had a Greek yogurt and muesli sort of cup that they make, and I had a piece of garlic bread with cheese and bacon on the top. So as far as like a takeaway meal or a cheap meal, that meal is probably as close as I've been to having one in the last fucking 8 weeks. So today's day 54, clean and sober from drugs and alcohol. There's a lot happening in my life. It's been a big week, like I said, and I am just going for a walk for many, many reasons tonight. But the biggest reason is to clear my head. So, I think I've gone off on a few tangents tonight. I am fucking tired, man. This diet is it's almost killing me. I'm almost about to cut it, either for good or for a week. Just up my calories, eat intuitively, eat as much as I want, but not go overboard. I don't want to ruin all of this progress that I've made, because I've made some really, really good progress. I mean, I'm seeing definition in my body that I haven't seen in 18 months, and I'm still hovering at around about 95 kilos, which means that I'm seeing definition that I saw 18 months ago at a body weight that was maybe 3 or 4 kgs less than what I am now, which means that over the last 18 months, yes, I've been drinking a fuckload and smoking a hell of a lot of weed, but I've also been eating and I've been training when I can. And what that's done is it's allowed me to maintain some muscle. And so now that I'm cutting the fat, I'm not terribly skinny, although I do feel quite skinny at the moment. And I'm certainly tired. So one good thing is that when you're tired, you sleep. And now that we're coming up to 8 weeks sober, I can safely say I am having zero problem falling asleep. And that's a blessing. So that's a bonus. But I need a balance. So this next week, moving forward into the next week, as we approach 60 days, is going to be just as big as this one, because it's going to be adjusting to all of these changes, right? So I'm going to have to work out my new routine. I'm going to have to work out when I can see the kids, whether it's going to be after work, coming over here and spending some time in the house, if that's acceptable. I don't know what the rules are going to be. I feel like Miffy would enjoy a break in the evening, so I could come over and I could just chill with them, and then after that, 8:30, 9 o'clock when they go to bed, I can head home, or I really don't know. So there's a lot of things up in the air at the moment. I've got some transport, I've got my little motorbike. I would love a car. That's another thing I did this week. I went and looked at like 3 cars. None of them were suitable. My budget is just that little bit too low. So I'm looking for something for like, $5-6 grand. And to be honest, in a smaller city like this, there's not a lot of options. And people are trying to get maximum amount of money for their cars. And I did go and see a couple for like maybe 7 or 8. And there's a couple of cars that I absolutely love, fucking solid Toyota Camrys, 2013, 150,000 Ks or 100,000 miles for you Americans, and they wanted about 10 grand, but I just don't have it. I don't have 10 grand. I've got 6 max, and to be honest, at the moment, with all those costs that I mentioned earlier, even that's a stretch. The last thing I'd want to do is wipe out all of my savings and go completely against what any financial advisor would say, and have zero savings, zero emergency fund, and just be back living week to week. I have not lived week to week, paycheck to paycheck in a long time. I've always had a buffer, and I really don't want to get rid of that. So at the moment, I guess, I've got to keep the rent paid, I've got to keep the mortgage paid, I've got to keep the bills paid, I've got to eat, my kids need to eat, and that's the main thing. The internet needs to get paid. That's a big one, which we've had issues with. Had an NBN internet bloody technician over on Thursday. That's another thing to fix it. Still hasn't fixed it. Another thing that I did was on Tuesday, the last day that I made a video, I had a real estate agent come over and appraise the house, because I want to get my paperwork ready for when I fix the loan again, which is ages away. It's like, over 6 months away, but just for my knowledge and to, moving forward, I wanted to know what the house was worth. It will be coming up 12 months since I bought it, and it had had a lot of growth prior to me buying it. The year and a half, 2 years prior, it had already gone up like 50%. So I was sort of getting in at the tail end of that, that growth. But it seems I've still been able to, have. Sorry, I'm extremely tired right now. Fuck, that's what it is. But yeah, it seems that there is still a bit of growth in that house, which is nice. Did we land on that? Good question, isn't it? So that's where my head is at, thinking about whether we landed on the moon. I feel like a bit of a space cadet right now. Calories low, not enjoying my job, equates to just sort of not really wanting to talk to anyone, kind of depressed at work, but just pushing through it, faking it for now. It is what it is. I've done it before. I'll continue to do it until I get a new job. And look, I'll probably get sick of that new job as well, but at least I won't be in the office, because I just can't do it anymore. I always thought admin roles would be for me, but fuck, 34, a male, nah, it's ruining me. It's making me feel really, I don't even know how to describe it, just down, to be honest. And with no alcohol or drugs to look forward to at the end of each day, it's like, fuck, it's real. These feelings are real, and I'm just having to deal with them, and that's life. And so this week has had ups, it's had downs, it's had look, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drop the camera off at home. I'm going to grab my headphones, I'm going to put a podcast on, and I'm going to go out, hit the streets once again, for probably another hour and a half. It's 7:30, I'm probably going to get home at like 9, no one's home. I'm going to enjoy this last night in the house, appreciate it, and roll out tomorrow morning, and take the last of my stuff with me. So I've still got my toiletries, I've still got a change of clothes. I've done it well, I've worked it out well. I've left just what I need to wake up in the morning, head off to the gym, go to the gym, and then head to my new place with the rest of my shit. So big changes, man, good times, and I'm feeling it. There's no numbing of these feelings right now. The good, the bad, the happy, the sad, the high, the low, the ebbs and flows. We're feeling it all. So thank you once again for your attention, your patience, and your support. And if I can do it, you can definitely do it.